Yeah, what up, YouTube? I'm sorry, this is like the third time I've had to try to make this video because for some reason I upload the video only turns out to be 32 seconds long, which is ridiculous because it was at least like 12, 13 minutes. So I'm just gonna try and make this quick. I know it's like Wednesday now, but this is just my Raw review from the other night. Um, Overall, actually, I thought it was one of the better Raws recently. They cut down on the stupid, talking shit. Like they cut down on promos and focus more on wrestling. Like there's more wrestling lately, which I like, and WWE need to start doing. So anyway, let's just get to it. Cena kicked things off. Came out to his, he's still in his, his theme music, and he's rocking his purple shit. He talked about his deal with Nexus at Hell in a Cell and how he failed to, like, he didn't win. He was like, I'm sorry, like, I couldn't come through or whatever and get rid of Nexus once for all. He says if he didn't have WWE, he didn't know what he'd be doing. So, Miz came out with Alex Riley, interrupted Cena. They exchanged words. Miz says he's the captain of Team Raw, wants Cena to join the team. And Wade Barrett comes out, and Cena was like, I can do both. And he's like, no, your duties are to be in my corner against Orton at bragging rights. So Miz ended up getting Barrett's face, and Wade Barrett headbutts him, which is actually pretty cool to see. Um, and then it was Miz and Riley were beating down Barrett, and Cena's just standing there, and then Cena ended up helping him out and like cleared the ring. FU'd Alex Riley. So it was good stuff. We go to commercial, and back from commercial, it's Ted DiBiase and Maurice in the ring. Maurice looking fine as usual, and they show what happened last week with like Goldust and all that. So the first match is Ted DiBiase versus R-Truth. The winner joins Team Raw. Truth won. I was a little disappointed because I'm a DiBiase fan. I really like the kid. Um, I think he's got a lot of potential, tremendous talent. I just want him to start getting pushed soon, but I realized he probably wasn't going to win this because he's in this little program with Goldust now for like his $1 million belt or whatever. But Truth won. Was a short match. It was like I don't understand how that lie detector, I guess he calls it, that like corkscrew spinning elbow. Like I don't understand how that gets is like a finisher. And what happened to his axe kick? At least that was more like believable. But anyway, Truth won. So our Truth's on Team Raw now. So we go to commercial and back from commercial. Oh, I'm sorry. Goldust like distracted DiBiase at a point during the match, and Truth capitalized. So back from commercial, another match to determine who else will join Team Raw. John Morrison versus Tyson Kidd. Pretty good match. It was a good match. Like 6 7 minutes. Morrison won. Solid. Good action for the time they were given. Morrison won with if you guys with the flip bottom. If you guys remember Paul Burchill and he's in WWE back in on SmackDown back in 2005. This like that crappy pirate gimmick he was doing. His finisher was a flip bottom, which is like a jumping like backflip rock bottom, which is sick. I was actually really surprised to see Morrison do it and pulled it out perfectly actually. So it was good to see. So John Morrison won with that, and he's on Team Raw. So far it's R-Truth and Oh, and by the way, I'm sorry, that Barrett segment. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to make this video as quick as possible. Wade Barrett, or an email came in and said Barrett or Cena and Miz would fight in the main event, would wrestle in the main event to determine who the team captain of Raw would be. So Morrison's on Team Raw now. So we go backstage in Nexus minus Wade Barrett. And Otunga's like talking to Husky Harris and Michael McGillicuddy. Barrett comes in and tells him to bounce, and they talk about bragging rights, and then uh, Barrett says, well, what about tonight? Who's going to face Orton? He's like, Otunga's like, I'll do it. In fact, I'll beat him, but I think Gabriel should do it because he's got his 450 splash. So Gabriel accepts, so it's going to be Justin Gabriel versus Randy Orton later in the night. So we go to another commercial. Then back from commercial, it's Santino versus Zack Ryder. For the winner gets a spot on the Team Raw spot. And I thought Zack Ryder was going to win for sure because, I mean, Santino just jobs basically these days. Even though he's a former two-time Intercontinental Champion. I thought, it's just time for Ryder to maybe start getting some, like a little bit of a push. But Santino won, surprisingly, with the Cobra. So he joins Team Raw. And then after the match, like, Tamina came out and, like, hugged him, like, kind of, like, knocked him down. It's funny. Santino's just comic gold in the ring. It's really great. So Santino, Team Raw so far is R-Truth, John Morrison, and Santino now. So then they show Orton walking backstage to the ring in his match. We go to commercial. And back from commercial, Justin Gabriel down to the ring with Otunga and Slater at his side. And then Orton in the ring, nice pop. So Justin Gabriel versus Randy Orton. Orton wins in a very good match, in my opinion. I thought it was match of the night. And Gabriel, man, he showed a lot of talent. He's definitely, he's other than besides Barrett, he's the other guy Nexus who I think has the most upside. He looked great in this match. A lot of good spots, or just good. Like there were some near falls, some good spots. Gabriel like that over the top like slingshot senton thing he did, and the match finished when Gabriel went for the 450 splash, and um, Orton moved, but Gabriel still landed on him, like on his shoulder, like the shoulder Orton's had like fucked up a bunch of times in surgery on or whatnot. So I was like, I kind of believed for a second, maybe he was hurt because the reaction kind of looked like it, but he wasn't. But and after that, like Orton got up holding his shoulder and just RKO'd Gabriel out of nowhere for the 3. It's a good match, a very good match, in my opinion, match of the night. So we go to Sheamus. They're showing walking backstage, coming up for his match. So we go to commercial. Back from commercial, it's Sheamus versus Daniel Bryan, a rematch from last week. Since last week, basically, Sheamus just absolutely demolished Bryan. And the winner of this match gets a spot on Team Raw. Sheamus wins in a good match. It was a solid match. Sheamus won with the Brogue kick, and I'm really happy Sheamus is on Team Raw. Sheamus is really starting to grow on me. I think the guy's awesome. Celtic Warrior's right. I think he's a fucking badass. I don't know. Uh, that's just my opinion. Hate on me if you want, but I think he's got great. His mic skills they're very good. They're not great, but like they're very good. He's good on mic, and he's a good worker, in ring worker. Like he's improved. His match with Orton at Hell in the Cell is probably one of his best since he's been with the company. But um, I don't know. I like Sheamus. He's starting to grow on me. So Sheamus won. That's a great member to have on Team Raw. So far it's Truth, Morrison, Santino, and Sheamus now. 4 out of the 7, they said. There are matches all night to determine the members of Team Raw. So backstage with Cena, it's like in Hard Thought or whatever, R-Truth, and Truth comes in and says, we've been buddies for a long time, and you being with Nexus doesn't really sit well with the rest of the locker room. He says, what if Barrett asked you to take one of us out? Would you do it? Or you'd do it, wouldn't you? And Cena didn't answer. And Truth goes, that's what I thought. And he says, there's another, before you go on any further with this, there is another way out of this. Cena kind of looked, interested, like, what is it? And Truth is like, just quit. So he leaves, and then Cena goes back into, like, his hard thought. Like, Cena's a good actor. He may not be the most talented, like, skilled in the ring, but he's definitely a good actor. I give him that. Good overall entertainer, performer, whatever. Back from commercial. Evan Bourne versus the superstar who Raw got in the trade for Edge, who's now on SmackDown, and it's CM Punk. He got a nice pop, and I actually like Punk with his short hair. It's growing back now, but I like him with short hair. And Punk's starting to grow on me too. I've always been a fan of his in-ring work. Like he's a really good worker. But and his straight edge gimmick is great as a heel. I'm just whole straight edge, not for me, but I don't know. He's starting to grow on me. Like I like even his straight edge gimmick. I don't really like it, but I like it. It's good for him. It fits him. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm just starting to like Punk. So yeah. So that was a good match. Punk won, and the winner of this would be on Team Raw. So Punk won with the GTS, and after the match, he just destroyed Evan Bourne, threw him into the barricade a couple times after the match, ring barricade, and then rammed him shoulder first in the ring post, then locked in the Anaconda Vice on him. And this apparently I read is to write Bourne out of storylines for a few months because he has to have surgery on one of his shoulders, so he'll be out of action for a few months. Excuse me, I guess. So yeah, that was good. Punk's on Team Raw. And then so we go Cena versus Miz is hyped. Then we go to commercial, and back from commercial, a replay of what Punk just did. The Bourne was shown. And Natalia's in the ring, basically said after bragging rights, she'll be the new Unified Divas champion. And Lay Cool comes out, and my God, are these two women annoying as fuck. I'm a Michelle McCool fan. I like her, and I'm not really a fan of Layla. In fact, I find her more annoying than Michelle. But for God's sake, I couldn't even understand. They're like, you could hear some boos, but honestly, they were talking so loud you couldn't really hear them fully. The boos from the crowd, and then I didn't even follow what they were saying. So annoying ass shit. I was too busy looking at Michelle. Um, just stupid ass shit. They were trying to talk trash to Natty. And the Raw, so they walked away. And the Bellas, Eve, and Melina and Gail Kim came out to the stage, rushed Chase Laycool back to the ring. They need to be split up too. So they've been together for a while now, and like they just really need to be split up soon, please, uh, for all of our sakes. So yeah, Michelle gets away, but Layla goes back in the ring, and Natty tries to lock in the sharpshooter arm, but Michelle pulls her out of the ring, and they escape through the crowd. Typical Divas segment. We go to commercial, and back from commercial, it's Miz to the ring. Again, and by the way, it's now a no DQ match. So out comes Cena. So it's the Miz versus John Cena, no disqualification match. The winner is the captain of the team of Raw's bragging right team. Miz won in a good match, I guess. They didn't really use anything, for no DQ advantages, like no weapons or anything. But it was kind of expected. But what happened was the finish came. Like Cena had STF locked in on Miz or whatever, and yeah, that's what happened. I think. Forgive me if I'm wrong. But then Husky Harris, Michael McGillicuddy rush the ring. McGillicuddy hits that 6-swinging neck breaker on Cena, and then Harris hits that big running like senton of his, and then Miz, crawls over and covers Cena, gets the 3 count. So Cena, Miz, which is the captain of the team Raw for bragging rights, which I'm happy about. Cena didn't need to have that. I mean, come on, push the young guys now. All right, Miz is on the biggest push of his career. He's in prime of his career too, so I'm happy to see that. So there's one spot left for Team Raw. So at the end of the night, Miz is your captain. It's R-Truth. Team Raw is Miz, R-Truth, John Morrison, Santino, Sheamus, and CM Punk. So that leaves one left, which I'm sure will be decided on next week's Raw. So after the match, Cena tries to attack Harris and McGillicuddy, but Barrett rushes the ring, and Cena has his fist cocked like he's ready to drop him, but he doesn't. Barrett starts chewing him out and whatnot. And an email comes in and says next week it'll be Husky Harris, Michael McGillicuddy versus John Cena, Randy Orton. And Barrett tells Cena if he loses, he'll induct Harris and McGillicuddy into the Nexus, which I really hope happens because I like these two guys. And Barrett says, you'll hopefully Cena, you'll do the right thing, which meaning he wants him to lose. So, and then he says, he says to Cena, I bet you'd love to do nothing right now but to drop me right here. And the crowd obviously popped for that. And Cena was fuming. I've never seen Cena this pissed. And they went nose to nose, and Barrett just called him like a yellow-bellied, spineless coward. And he called him like a disgrace and pathetic or whatever. It was good stuff from Barrett. And Barrett even turns his back and tells Cena to hit him or whatever, do whatever you want, but he's not going to do it because he's scared. And Cena was just, he looked like he was going to explode. I've never seen Cena that angry. So that was good stuff, I guess. And then, so instead, he leaves the ring, looking all sad and depressed, walking away with his tail between his legs. And Barrett tells Cena to stop on the ramp. He's like, I'm ordering you to stop. And Cena turns around. Barrett says, until next week, Cena, you can't see me. That was just, to me, icing on the cake to a pretty solid Raw, in my opinion. That was good stuff from Barrett. So Raw ends with Cena into the back and Barrett smirking in the ring. So overall, like I said, I thought it was a solid Raw, one of the better ones recently. I'm happy that they're focusing on more wrestling now, and less, promo, less talking. So that's it, guys. Actually, this video turned out to be a decent length, but I just wanted to get this review in because I did it the other night and it just didn't work. So, all right, guys, have a good rest of the week, and I'll be back to probably for Raw maybe SmackDown Friday. I don't know, but definitely. Next Monday for I'll be back. So have a good rest of the week, guys. Peace.